Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is $500 RELIX Rising Cup semifinals. This is Group C, and we are about to start off with match number 2. We're heading towards Miramar. Sorry for the inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen. We couldn't stream match number 1. That was a angle. Due to some technical issue, we couldn't see that match, but here we are with match number 2. It's going to be Miramar. The map of discipline is here, and let's see which team manages to get their hands on winner chicken dinner. Yes, obviously, if you want to make it to the finals, you need to perform well. And here we go. Flight path initiates from northwest of Thorium that finishes off towards the south of Los Leones. Two teams right now heading towards La Cobrea. It will surely lead to a drop clash between these two teams. But the question is, will a gunfight happen? It's Team Finland, Team TLS, is heading towards La Cobrea, and along with them it's Team 21 Guns. And I mean 21 Guns, they are brilliant with their drop clash. They always succeed to win a fight against their opponents whenever there is a drop clash happening. Oh, no way. TLS Linus gets knocked out. And Team 21 Guns, they were prepared for this. They kept a player in the back end areas. 21 Guns found a weapon early. And Linus gets caught in a wide open area and is surely going to get finished out. Such a clever move by 21 Guns. And this is what I was talking about. And that was no less. And he even has a explosive bow. So I guess confirmation shouldn't be a question for 21 Guns. But Team TLS, they've initiated a revival process. And Linus will stand back on his feet. Chase secures that buggy too. Team TLS could have faced a casualty, but they're back in business. And 21 Guns now, they got to deal with Team TLS in close range. It's a 3-1 split at this point, so in close range, Team TLS surely will be having a numbers advantage factor. QRX on the other side, they're into a fight, but on the negative side of the finish feed, Rian just got knocked out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have started off with a total amount of 20 teams and 80 players, out of which 2 players have been eliminated, and both the players are representing Team Zeus. Team Zeus is down to 2 players. The fight is coming up from San Martin. They're just surrounded by players. Can Team TLS. This time it's King, and he's out of the game. Team TLS down to 3 players. Linus still didn't get a chance to heal himself. What is he doing? Maybe he didn't find healings. Lair gets knocked out, and Team TLS in a deep state of trouble. Jace, Linus is the duo surviving. Linus already barely surviving in 10 HPs. He needs to find himself a first aid as soon as possible. But I feel like Team TLS will try to sneak out of La Cobrea. They'll try to head towards the safe areas. They'll avoid this fight, because obviously if they participate in this fight, they are surely going to get eliminated, and that's what they don't want. But Team 21 Guns has done a fabulous job. They have a buggy. They have a chance to head towards the safe areas, and they'll choose it. And I was talking about 21 Guns, how brilliant their strategy was to maintain a 3-1 split. They let Lonus drop behind so that he could get a weapon, and then he immediately attacked Team TLS, and they created so much amount of pressure on Team TLS, although Linus got saved, but still the amount of pressure which was created on Team TLS led to these casualties, and they're down to 2 players. So 21 Guns has done a fabulous job by now. They've secured La Cobrea. They've made a statement. Team TLS won't show up here again to fight against 21 Guns in La Cobrea. And this is how you mark your own territory. In no less, that first opening, completely putting in the pressure on Team TLS. By the way, Team FR, they are in San Martin too. They'll be losing Legacy. And maybe Team FR maintained a split. Still, if we take a look at Fly, maybe he's all alone. Not nice. He is so much low. Zavir, although he is with his teammate Fly, so Fly is not alone inside that huge building right at the center of San Martin. And Esports trying to stay on the edges. They have 2 eliminations. They've got a brilliant start, and probably they gave those 2 casualties to Team Zeus. The first circle, ladies and gentlemen, is favoring the south of Miramar. Los Leones is right now deep inside the circle. But look at the amount of teams right now present in Los Leones. I guess almost 4 teams are present in Los Leones. But all those teams doesn't need to hurry up. All those teams can take their time. The circle is favoring them. They're right at the center of the circle, so all they gotta do is just survive. Next, Esports gets their third elimination. Team Zeus is completely vulnerable now. Kevin Baby is the final player surviving. And he's isolated. He's separated right now, so it's difficult for Next Esports to get their hands on Kevin Baby. But still, I mean, the job hasn't finished yet. They have to go after Team FR. And after that, if Kevin Baby survives, maybe they'll go after Kevin too. FTF Esports, they're on the negative side of the finish feed. They'll be losing players continuously, and they're in a bad state of trouble. Team QRX gets eliminated from this game. Immediately, Team Next Esports starts taking initiative, using those utilities. Kevin on the other side finishes Not Nice, and this was going to happen. But that was a 1v1 fight maybe against Not Nice, and Kevin fills his team with hopes. First elimination coming in for Team Zeus. At least Team Zeus is not going to get eliminated empty-handed from this game, and that's a positive news for them. Team FR gets eliminated. Team Next Esports, Brodiaga puts in the final nail in the coffin. Kevin was just waiting till now. He was just waiting for Team Next Esports to fight with Team FR. He was planning a third party. But pretty easily Team Next Esports eliminated Team FR. They faced no trouble. None of the players got knocked out. And that leaves Kevin maybe no opportunity to go for the third party. So now 2 games, not 2, but this game for Team FR has been very much miserable. Semi-finals, second game of Miramar, not up to the mark, definitely for Team FR. Now they got to focus on the Rondo game, which can help them to make a comeback. Semi-finals, and surely they can, if they do well, they can secure their spot in the grand finals. Clutch as the final player surviving. Team NW is in a huge state of trouble. They're fighting against Team NN. Fight coming up from the outskirts of Los Leones. Clutcher deals that huge short connection on Titio. Titio on his knees. Oh, the third party happening. Clutcher connects on Clutcher. And then Clutcher on his knees gets eliminated quickly. There's grenades coming in too. Clutcher lost tremendous amount of his HP. Unknown, he's way behind. So Clutcher can definitely get those confirmations. Titio will be finished out too, and immediately Clutcher gets into that Mirado and he'll sneak out of this area. But those shots coming in. He's barely surviving in 10 HPs. That was a close score. One more short connection will be game over for Clutcher. But that won't happen. Second circle, ladies and gentlemen, has just begun. And circle moves for a northeastern shift. La Bendita deep inside the circle. Los Leones now on the edge of the circle. Few areas of Los Leones, although are inside this circle, but not enough. Team Mazur has to leave this area. Same goes with Team FTF. Team RS right now with a huge split. But as always, Team RS will play passive in the early stages. And we'll see them gathering eliminations for them in the later on stages. But for now, they're going to go passive. That's true. Team RS, they don't engage in fights in the early stages. They don't pick fights in the early stages. And I mean, they're pretty sorted with their strategies. Federal gets knocked out. That's a miss happening. Gets knocked out by falling. Clutcher needs to drive his vehicle responsibly. Because the complete survival of his team depends on him. Even the qualification depends on Clutcher. Because if he gets eliminated early, so the whole responsibility will be on the Rondo game for Team NW. All hopes will be on that Rondo game, and if Team NW fails to deliver in Rondo, then they'll play the final Wrangler game for formalities. So this Miramar is pretty crucial. 21 guns again, they're into a fight. Team K2 as well. But a negative start. THCC Jr. gets knocked out. And just a player surviving for Team RC, it's Shaki Bob. Will he get that confirmation? Executioners show up too. So it's going to be a triple threat fight. Even if Team K2 manages to take down Shaki Bob, one thing is true that Executioners are going to close in. They are interested to fight. But Shaki Bob just trusting his luck. Can he connect with that grenade? I don't think so. And Team K2 will surely be able to revive their teammate. Shaki will retreat towards the safe areas, towards the circle. Oh, that was a close call. The shots came in from Team Executioners. Mike Royce finishes THCC Jr. And Shaki Bob saw his frag getting stolen. Executioners steals a frag. With this Team K2, they're down to 3 players. And what if Team Executioners now decide to attack Team K2? That will be a hell of a battle, a hell of a challenge that will be for Team K2. But even Team K2 chooses peace. They'll be getting their vehicles, and the whole convoy is moving towards the circle. Pretty matured strategy by Team K2. Next to Esports, they're unstoppable. And now 21 guns, they are suffering. Imagine you get a good start in a game and still you keep on facing casualties. But even next to Esports, they're in a deep state of trouble. They've lost 2 of their players. Razar is knocked out. Sanchi is in the grenading radius. Misu will pull off another grenade. Nolis moving in with his vehicle, with his Mustang. Sanchi fails to connect. But now maybe Razar can get the revival, and Sanchi will successfully turn this fight into a 2v2. By the way, Misu is taking the initiative, and Misu is trying to climb up. Well, Misu should wait for his teammate. Misu should let Nolos close in. It would be better if Misu just buys some time and converts this fight into a 2v2 instead of 1v2. 8 eliminations for next Esports. They can surely turn this 8 elimination factor into 10 eliminations. Losing 2 players is surely going to be a pain in the heart, but now the complete focus is on winning this fight. The problem is stage 3 has already begun, and Blue Zone is dealing explosive damage on both these teams. So that factor as well is pushing players to swim against the tide. Nolas gets knocked out. That was a fabulous grenade by Razor. Sanchi now moves in. Misu with the JS9. Sanchi is so much low. Misu connects well, but Sanchi moves down and takes down Misu as well. And just like that, Team Next Esports wins another battle. Now 10 eliminations coming in for Next Esports. They'll be conquering San Martin. And they'll be treating their guests violently. They'll be eliminating Team 21 Guns. And it's time to move towards the circle before Stage 4 begins. But I feel like they'll enter the circle after the Stage 4 is initiated. La Bendita right now is deep inside the circle. We're about to witness the next shift of the circle. Team K2 in the south. Look at the amount of teams right now present in the south of the circle. That's a huge, huge cluster. Back-to-back fights might happen. Team Mazer, by the way, is pretty much close to Team K2. It's a split maintained by Team K2 at this point. Executioners is staying on the edge. Team SRE, but with a huge investment made. They'll be straight away moving towards the center of the circle. Team Sovereign, that is. Just 1 elimination. And get confidence for Team Sovereign. Stage 4 moves for a southwestern shift. Yeah, this is Stage 4. And next to Esports, as I said, they'll enter the circle after Stage 4 is initiated. More closure for teams, more closure for Team Next Esports now. It's easy for them to analyze the circle where they actually want to place themselves. Significant amount of eliminations they'll be getting. Now they just have to survive. And the kind of performance Team Next Esports has pulled off in this game, I feel like they played well in Erangel as well, because I have no clue about what happened in Erangel. So if anybody in the chat has any idea about the results of Erangel match, they can let me know in the live chat. Team Mesa, they're surrounded by players. They're into a fight. Crasher finishes Hamu of Team FTF. Their elimination will be secured by Team Mazur. We are left with 14 teams and 37 players in stage 4. That's not a very big number, so eventually rotation becomes easy for teams. Team K2, are they into a fight? We saw them maintaining a split a very long time. Since a very long time. I saw them maintaining a split since a very long time, but still, the intent is not to fight now. And Team TLS is maintaining distance, by the way. Even Team K2 not completely moving closer. Moving closer to Team TLS. Just K2 holding their areas, their potions, and if somebody pushes them into a fight, or forces them into a fight, Team K2 is not going to step back. But still, the revenge is pending. They have to take redemption for THCC Junior. Uh-oh. Kevin Sama, that was a close call. He could have got knocked out. Kitano is going for the rev. Team Mesa marking their territory. They force Kevin Sama to get out of their area and regroup with his teammates. It's better to play with your teammates now. But Kevin Sama gets knocked out. And Team K2 down to 2 players. I thought that Kevin Sama regrouped with his teammates, but that didn't happen. Maybe he stopped by in the midway and he got taken down. So he must be regretting at this point. He should have regrouped with his teammates. But now there's no point of regretting. Team K2 is down to 2 players, 0 eliminations. And this is just burning their heart. Fire up Esports. There's 2 players, Revos and Sai, fighting against Team ASE. They are fighting hard. They are fighting for their survival. They are fighting for the qualification. Fire out Esports. By the way, they secured a opening. It's a 3v2 fight. It's still manageable. Blaze got. He got that rev. Maybe Revos might connect with that grenade. He steps out in open. Payne connects that grenade. Blaze got. Dealt that damage first. Revos getting taken down by that grenade. Flush comes in immediately by Blaze Goat. Sai is the final player surviving. And he's in a wide open area. Oh, that was a close call. Team Sovereign is showing up too. And this is a sandwich situation, a miserable situation for Sai. A situation you'd never want to be in. Team ASE now choosing violence. They'll be closing in. But Rosemary before that puts an end to Sai. Fire out Esports gets eliminated on 30 position. Team ASC lost a extra point here. Team Sovereign with an easy elimination point. Now this will be their 4th point of this game. 4 eliminations. Stage 5 has just initiated. It will be a centralized shift by the circle. La Bendita is still inside the circle. Look at the position of Clutcher. He's a solo player playing, by the way. He lost 3 of his teammates. He's trying to hard carry his team. Straight away move towards the center of the circle. And now he has to just survive. And teams are kind of underconfident at this point. So there are less probabilities of teams straight away heading towards the dot center of the circle. So Clutcher is kind of safe. He's not vulnerable. He can still survive there. That's what I feel. Because the whole game we saw how teams just kept on holding their position on the edge of the circle. Here as well. In stage 5, no team dared to hit the center. And Clutcher is still isolated. No team around him. No player around him. Maybe Team ASC might try to move in closer. Well, one of their players got knocked out on the edge. Team Sovereign might get that confirmation. Yup, Rosemary gets that confirmation. And that must be 5th elimination point for Team Sovereign. Team Mazur continues to get elimination points. But now they're sort of trapped out of the circle. Team Horsey Emperor is the final player surviving. And Team Horsey as well is about to get eliminated. I guess Emperor is the final player surviving for Team Horsey. Yup. He's in a close range battle, although he has a Groza, but the Groza won't work in front of TVS. Etrox gets knocked out too after taking down his opponent. And that is Team Sovereign. Team Sovereign is trying to sweep the edge of the circle. They're trying to eliminate all the teams present here. Team Mesa tried to move. Nomi takes down Crusher. Pedro is the final player and he will be taken down too. Blaze Goat on the other side. A blunder pulled off by him. He burnt down himself by that Molotov. And this is problematic for Team ASE. case that was, will be putting an end to Federal. And Team Sovereign now straight away hops on to 8 eliminations. Strongest team out of these 8 teams now is Team Sovereign. And definitely they should convert this game into a winner-winner chicken dinner. But the sad part is Team AC got eliminated. And the final player eliminated himself by using the Molotov. So that is a bad news for Team AC, as they couldn't get any placement points from this Miramar game. But they need to focus on the upcoming Rondo. Executioners there on the southwest. Team RS, Cactus Igel, probably the final player surviving for Team RS. Absolutely. Team K2 in there, down to 1 player. Just purely wants to survive till the very end. Just 1 point Team K2 has. That too, a placement point. A point of survival. A point of resilience and commitment for Team K2. But now I want to see point of skill. Point of aggression from K2's side. Elimination point. Can Kebri do that? At least 1 elimination before getting eliminated. And now he's even out of the circle, so he has to move. Maybe while moving, he might collect few eliminations for his team. He has to save his team from getting humiliated. Ideas are bulletproof. That's a very long name. But IAB. Ideas are bulletproof. They're in the midway. Even 8 eliminations have been secured by IAB. Ideas are bulletproof. Great job done by this team. They are still present inside the circle, so they don't need to go anywhere. They just have to stop executioners. They just have to stop Team K2 from entering the circle. Kebri silently trying to enter the circle. Oh, wow. Vakaris does a great job with that Mini 14. And look at the combo he's using right now. Mini 14 for mid-range or closer, mid-range or long-range. S12K for a close-range fight. Cactus Igel will be finished out. Team RS gets eliminated on 7th position. So Team K2 in this game won't be getting a single elimination point. Just placement points they had is everything they had in this Miramar game. Rondo now becomes crucial. The question is, was Eranga good for Team K2? If it was, then still they have hopes. But if it wasn't, then probably the hopes have been shattered into pieces after this early elimination. And I'll call this as early elimination because they didn't get to collect any elimination points out of this game. Just 1 point doesn't feed you your survival. Ego overcommitted surely here. And Linus takes him down. Ideas are bulletproof, gets eliminated on 6th position. Now we have 5 teams left and a total amount of 11 players. TLS, Linus has been surviving from a very long time. I still remember how Team TLS faced 2 casualties in the early stages from Team 21 Guns. But Linus taking up the responsibility, and now he's in a 1v4 fight against Team Sovereign, who has been incredible by now. And Linus will be taken down. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, Linus was the first man to get knocked out in this Miramar game. He was the first blood. But he survived. Took his team to the top 5. Took his team to top 5 and average performance for Team TLS. I mean, they were in a state where they could have got eliminated first in this Miramar game, but out of that position they bounced back. And getting a #5 is a big deal, definitely. Executioners needs to clear out the edge. They cannot go deep inside until and unless they eliminate Team Next Esports, who are hovering behind their backs. They have to take care of Next Esports. And Circa now ditching executioners, making it a checkmate situation for them. They have to fight Next Esports. There's no other option left. But right now, Danger God, he is in danger. He is in danger because Razer, his position, it can bother executioners completely. He's using grenade to knock down both the players. Both of them. He's barely surviving 10 HPs. Micros gets knocked out. Danger God needs to be put down. Manfilas bothers Razer with that spray. And eventually Danger God buys himself a few seconds so that he can heal himself. And he'll definitely do that. Manfilas knocks down Sanchi. Now Razer has to pull off this 1v2. Can he make that happen? Yes, Danger God gets knocked out. Manfulas is the final player surviving, and I feel like Team Executioners has been eliminated from this game. That's a big upset for Executioners. Razer trying to save himself from the eyes of Team Sovereign, and a bad news for Team Sovereign as two of the players have been knocked out. Team Sovereign wanted to get each and every elimination point, and now, just for that greed of extra more points, they'll be losing two of their players. They're down to two. Their dominance faded off within a fraction of a second. But now it's a 1v2 fight. Clutcher versus Team Sovereign. Executioners got eliminated on 4th position. Maybe we'll have to wait another circle. Team New Wave out of nowhere getting a #2 for them. And obviously we'll have to wait another circle. But if circle favors Clutcher, I feel like he's pulling off this clutch against Team Sovereign. This would be a monumental upset for Team Sovereign if they lose this easy winner in a chicken dinner. Circle is still favoring Clutcher. He has to walk a few steps into the circle, and that shouldn't be difficult for him. He just has to change his property. He just needs to invade the house right in front of him. And it will be an easy entrance for him inside the circle, but since Team Sovereign is being very gentle and passive, Clutcher can survive a bit more, but I feel like he should take chances. He should try to create some opening. If he knocks down Keish or Nomi, either one of these players, maybe things might ease. He's trying to get as much as utilities as he can. His grenades might create the difference in this fight. Next, Esports has well performed really well. #3 in this game, so many amount of eliminations. The big part is they lost 2 players early, and after that they survived for a very long time. Made it to the top 3, got a few extra more eliminations. They must be satisfied with this performance which they had on Miramar. They have to make it to the grand finals. They carry the status to represent their team in the grand finals. So they should definitely make that happen. Clutcher is trying to somehow take down Cash. Grenade is not really going to work, but he will take the chance. Yeah, that grenade almost connected. Cash just steps a few steps back, couple of steps behind. He'll toss that grenade, he'll tank that grenade successfully. And now it's time for the dead zone to come in. Can Clutcher make that happen? Team Sovereign step by step trying to move in closer. Clutcher deploying the smokes so that he can get off the angle of Cage somehow. Oh, the grenade will be right on target. Clutcher barely survives the grenade. Oh, that was a close call. And now he has to prioritize a 1v1 against one of these players of Team Sovereign. And I guess he's going after Cash. The Molotov is not going to allow him now to get inside the room for a few seconds until that fire settles down. But look at Nomi, look at his angle. He's going to backstab Clutcher, definitely. Clutcher, you got to move. You have to go for this 1v1. Cash is just trying to buy as much as time as he can. And Nomi is about to put in the final lane on the coffin. But he has an angle from the sidelines. He cannot directly see Clutcher. And the blue zone is shrinking in. Clutcher has to move into the open areas. Clutcher is now low. And Team Sovereign shouldn't be greedy now if the blue zone is taking down Clutcher. If things are becoming easy for them, they should accept that instead of going for this one extra elimination and risking everything, the extra 4 points which they are going to get from this game. And Clutcher will be taken down by Cash. That's it. Team Sovereign stands tall. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for them with 13 eliminations. What a play by Team Sovereign. Things became a bit messy for them, but still they managed to pull off a winner, winner, chicken dinner. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 2 has just ended. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back with match number 3. It's going to be Rondo. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for match number 3. We're heading towards Rondo, the map of bloodshed, the map of comeback. A lot of fights are going to happen in the early stages of this game. Recalls 37 altogether. You just have to get control over one. Yulin is being favored by flight path number 1. Even New York's factory is being favored by flight path number 1 and 2. So the lobby is going to get split into 2 equal parts. Half of the teams are going to head towards New York's factory. Half of the teams are going to head towards Yulin. This is going to lead to less chaos in the early stages, and teams pretty calmly they can focus on their fights, because not all the teams are going to head towards just one drop location. So the situation is going to be less chaotic. Which team is going to stand tall in Yulin is the question. Team Sovereign will be heading towards Yulin. They need to have a good recall phase for them. With the kind of performance they had in the last game, this is their chance to straight away hop onto #1 if they get a good early start in this Yulin region in the recall phase of Rondo. Executionist Danger God goes after Team 21 Guns. 21 Guns. They headed to his factory. Team ASC by the way, another running advantage. Great shot connection made by Rehan. Ace go on his knees. Team ASC under tremendous pressure. QRX team that jumps down, and Team ASC in a fraction of a second, the recall phase gets over. Team QRX baffle Team ASC from the height. Just like that, Team ASC without even a single elimination, the recall phase will get over. Now things are getting out of hands. Team ASC, they need to figure out something what will bring them back into form, what will give them back the momentum which they've lost. Because now step by step they're heading to his elimination. Their hopes getting killed, making it to the grand finals of RELIX Rising Cup. The density of players in New York's factory is comparatively more. There are less players comparatively in Yulin, but more players in Test Track and New York's factory. Players love New York's factory, I feel like. If it's a choice between New York's factory and Yulin, players choose New York's factory more than Yulin. I don't know why, but players do. Maybe there's more cover here in New York's factory. There's no height advantage for any team. It's all even in New York's factory as compared to Yulin, because in Yulin you get a good ridge. And if you access that ridge, you can get control over the entire city. But here, New York's factory, that's not the case. Fire Out Esports gets few frags for them. It's important for Fire Out Esports to get elimination points. Team Sovereign, by the way, will be losing a player, but still no elimination they've secured. Team QRX has done a pretty great job. 5 eliminations for them. So the kind of start they wanted, they'll be getting in Rondo. In Yulin. QRX Esports, I've seen them dropping in Yulin so many times, so they have a pretty good idea of this area. Team TLS has height advantage. They've secured the ridge that is in the west of Yulin, and eventually they'll get control over the entire city of Yulin. Getting height advantage on a prime location like this, it's a boon in itself. Team TLS should make the most out of this position now. Executionist Manfilas is fighting in the outer skirts. Team TLS, are they making a decision to head towards the safe areas? They're just gonna fight with the teams present in Yulin. First circle favoring the east of Rondo. Lohua Shing right at the center of the circle. New York's factory is inside the circle, so the teams in New York's factory, they can be relaxed as they don't have to hurry up to fight. As compared to the teams in Yulin, because you have to wind up the fights as soon as possible and start rotating towards the circle if you are unfazed in Yulin, but the regrouping for the teams who have faced casualty in the early stages becomes crucial. Horzi Kazua is out. Are all the players in the fighting zone? I don't think. Yuta Gatus, Utah Tos, that's a complicated name, but he is present on the record, so there's no need to worry. Team NN trying to intervene. Team Horzi, unknown is trying to take the initiative, is trying to move inside the room, but he's known there are 2 players inside the room. That's a good setup by Team Horsey. And now and then gets to know that there are two players. He takes down Jimmy. He goes for the jump shot and a 1v2 by Unknown. Like a clean sweep, but Team IAB interferes and Team NN won't get those frags. Those frags are going to get stolen. All the hard work goes in vain. And it's always frustrating when you see so many openings, but you don't get the confirmation. It's always sad. Phantom Boy gets knocked out. Now Luxie has to take the risk and revive his teammate, but maybe he will succeed. But Twist with that angle, it's still uncertain that Phantom Boy will get that revival or not. So by that time, I guess Twist might make it to Novax and revive him. At least he can save his teammate. 21 guns in the west of Yulin. We're facing Casualty Kiryu. Maybe that's a temporary elimination. And Team 21 Guns will take care of bringing him back into the game. Mesor Esports with a late entry in Yulin. This is more convenient in my opinion, because whenever you drop in the outer skirts of Yulin and then try to head to the city, you face less chaos and you fight with less teams that are present in Yulin. You don't have to fight many teams at the same time. So it's more convenient, according to my perspective. That's what Team Mazer did. They dropped in the outer skirts of Yulin and now step by step, gradually they're heading towards the city. So comparatively, there are less competitors here. So it's less chaotic. And whenever it's less chaotic, it's more convenient to fight a team. Atrox connects that S12 really well on Rehan. Wanted to finish his opponent, but Scary scares Atrox. And Atrox knew deep down inside that he won't be saved, so he gave up immediately. Crusher, by the way. He wants to stab Team QRX from behind. But Team Fireout Esports pulls his attention towards them. Crusher will keep on moving towards Team QRX. Team QRX, I guess they faced a casualty. Was that frag stolen by Team Fireout Esports? Rehan will be brought back into the game. Scary gets a surprise. He gets knocked out and he gives up immediately. Tinder is far away now. Scary needs to be brought back into the game. Tinder is heading towards no less of 21 guns. QRX Esports should have stayed in Yulin, I feel like. They should have fought in Yulin. There was no need to get out. It was pretty obvious. All the teams in the outer skirts will try to head towards Yulin because they need eliminations. They need fights. So there was no need to take the initiative and get out of Yulin and fight the teams in the outer skirts. They should have stayed in. Even Tinder now gets knocked out. The flash comes in immediately. So Team QRX lost the advantage, I feel like. Look at Nolus's position. Will he take the risk? That's the question. Nolus is in a problematic situation. Basilio gets knocked out. Sai takes down Nolus. 21 guns. Lost their prime player. Question is, does he have a recall? No team has been eliminated maybe from this game. Oh, 2 teams have been eliminated. 18 teams, 71 players still alive. Team RC and Team TS will be taking an early exit from this game. 21 guns heading to a stadium. Not a good recall choice. Executioners. I guess Daku, he felt the presence of executioners. He wants to get out of here as soon as possible so that at least he can save himself. Even if 21 guns is not able to save Nolus, it's fine. Don't sacrifice the entire team just behind one player. Second circle will be moving for a western chip. We've seen a lot of fights happening by now. But teams are going to take a rest now because they've been doing a lot of work by this time. So it's time to take a chill pill. It's time to survive. It's time to loot. Killmonger at this point, he's surrounded by players. And it's Team FTF. And even Team FTF is trying to regroup. So that's a red flag for Killmonger. Fighting multiple opponents at the same time. Team Horsey has done a great job. 3 eliminations for them. Team Sovereign with 0 elimination. That's a upset in itself. IAB loses Wakaris. They are fighting against Team Next Esports. As we all know, carries out extraordinary amount of gunfire. Bodiga will be finished out. IAB, third party on Next Esports. Not third party, but Gagusi. He had a off-guard angle. Next Esports was focusing on the other 2 players of Team IAB, but Gagusi from behind ruining everything. And IAB has 11 eliminations. That is brilliant. They had a great recall phase. They had great fights in the recall phase, and now, even after the recall is over, they're not hesitating to fight Next Esports. Next Esports is not going to give up. Karis might get knocked out. Uh-oh. Now Razor will be trapped too. Same way Bodiga got trapped. Santi and Lovelace as the duo surviving. Spider slipping out of the hand. Do they have recalls? Great tracing by Sanchi. Such a huge range, but still. G gets knocked out. Eagle gets knocked out too. Lovelace stealing fire on his opponents. IAB now completely paralyzed. Just one final player surviving. They've utilized their recalls. They shouldn't get eliminated this early, because all these eliminations are going to go in vain if you don't get placement points along with elimination points from Rondo. I always say the placement points and elimination points needs to move in an associated way. You need to have both. You just cannot compete with having just one in a game. Lovelace. He's being attacked by Team RS. I'll have to see how much he can survive. For how long can he survive here? Oh my lord. A Phantom knocks him down. Lovelace unluckily jumps on the hood of the vehicle and he gets knocked out. Got crushed. Final player Sanchi. He needs to survive. Stage 3 is right now favoring him, but not for a very long time. Stage 4 is surely going to ditch him. Second moves for a sudden shift. Team RS finishes Team IAB 2. 2 big teams. Well, one of those 2 big teams is on the verge of getting eliminated. That is Next Esports. By IAB gets eliminated early. That must have been a great upset for Team IAB. They had so many eliminations, but those eliminations won't really matter. I guess 11 eliminations they had. 11 points out of this game. Could have had more, but they have to now. They have to be satisfied with what they have. The complete focus is now on the final Irango game. QRX Esports as well. They're into a fight. 8 eliminations for QRX. Feel like they're going to pull off a comeback from this Rondo game. Rondo is known for comebacks. I'd like to see how QRX makes that happen. Tinder is knocked out. It's difficult for them to save him. From the back of the Team Zeus. Tinder will be finished out. Team Zeus makes this team unsettled. Uh-oh, Frags knocks down Hutch and immediately flushes him out. WSG shows up in close proximity. QRX under tremendous pressure. Rehan has to handle the situation. Frags gets knocked out. Now Scary has to step up. Deals immense damage on Atrox. And this is Team Mazer, ladies and gentlemen. Atrox gets knocked out. Federal is low. Federal might get knocked out. But from that range, Crasher it is. Will be knocking down Scary. Rehan bot. Federal is already low. He just needs to deal one short connection on Federal. Federal takes the initiative. Is trying to move in closer. Revival would have been a better option, but Federal takes things in his hands and ends Team QRX, and now he'll revive his teammates in peace. QRX gets eliminated on 15th position. But that third party from Team Zeus, just one player closed in. Mikey it is. And Team Zeus really trusts Mikey. They'll be giving all their utilities to Mikey so that he can move in closer and at least knock down a player or two. So that it gives closer to Team Zeus to close in and attack Team Mazer, but that won't happen. An easy reset for Team Mazer. And Mikey should now get out of here. because he is in close proximity, and Team Mesa might get their hands on Mikey of Team Zeus. But I guess Team Mesa is focusing more on the Circle, because Circle will be moving for a centralized shift. Circle should be a priority. Fire out Esports. They are going against Team TLS. The Team TLS had a spectacular performance from the last game. Basleo will be outnumbered. He will be overwhelmed. Jace was the final player surviving. It was just a 1v1 fight left. But Jace will do his job well. Fire out Esports gets eliminated on 13th position, and we are left with 12 teams and 41 players. Orzi Emperor will stand as the final ray of hope, and he will be eliminated too because of the blue zone. The blue zone is violent, isn't it? Team K2 gets 2 elimination. They could have had another one, but they have to be satisfied with these 2, and they have to head towards the Circle. Team Soren will be starting now in their afterlife. The recall phase wasn't up to the mark. They had 0 eliminations in the recall phase, but they covered up so well. Look at them. 5 eliminations now they have. And I guess they eliminated Executioners. Is Team Executioners out of this game? I guess Team Executioners has been eliminated. Yup! Executioners have been eliminated from this game. 10th position. And Team Sovereign covering up. They don't want a dozen of eliminations. They just want 8 of them. And they'll be satisfied with that. They completely focus on getting rid of a chicken dinner. And that adds more ecstasy to them. Novak's about to get knocked out. Team RS from the other side. Split maintained. TLS is in a sandwich situation. Jace will get trapped. What happened there? Phantom couldn't knock down Jace. He crouched at the wrong time. And he missed his aim. Jace is still alive, still intact. The Novak's takes him down. Jace on his knees. Linus gets knocked out too. TLS. King is the final player surviving. And he will be eliminated as well. Just like that, Team TLS getting eliminated on 9th position. Last game, they got eliminated on 8th position. No, on 5th position, they got eliminated. Here on 9th. So, 0 placement points from this game. Can they make it happen in the Erangel game? Final match is going to be nail-biting. Circle moves for an Eastern shift. Team NN. They have a spectacular position inside the Circle. K2 with a huge split. Now it's time to regroup. Even Team K2 is going to find themselves inside the Circle, right in the center. ASC from a range. Trying to unsettle K2. Gabriel gets knocked out. Kevin Sama. He almost skipped a heartbeat, but he's still intact. Team Zeus just trying to stay on the edge, but their back isn't clear. Team Mesa might bother them. And Team Mesa is just waiting for Team Zeus to get engaged in a fight, and then Team Mesa might try to attack Team Zeus. Thomas gets knocked out. Federal with that opening creator. This is the moment Team Mesa was looking for. Thomas gets knocked out as a 3v3, but still, Team Mesa doesn't have enough conviction to move in closer. Doesn't have enough conviction to move in close. Come on! Knocks down Crasher. Now, this is a problem for Team Mesa. This will cost them a lot of time. Crasher needs to be saved. He's getting a revival by the time. Federal will try to get that confirmation as he has created an opening. But even Team Mesa is going to get backstabbed because Team NW now hovering behind their backs. They'll take a taste of their own medicine. This is such a great news for Team Zeus. They just have to buy some time for them. They just have to survive. Mikey with the grenade, by the way. Knocks down Crusher. Atrox gets knocked out too. Federal is the final player surviving. Can he survive for a long time? Oh boy, what a reflex that was by Mikey. Lethal that is. Team Mesa gets eliminated on 8th position. And now we are left with 7 teams and 26 players. Team NW, what are they waiting for? NW will keep their calm. But one of the players of Team Zeus been knocked out. It's Mikey. Team Zeus has to deal with multiple teams at the same time. This is a problem for them. But NW Gets the confirmation Mikey's out of this game, and NW is satisfied with that elimination, and they'll step back. They'll disengage. Fighting now will be like drawing too much tension towards themselves, and that's the reason why. Now they're trying to just slow down the pace of the game. They don't want to become the center of attraction. And that's a good strategy. A long-term thinking by NW. Naomi with that grenade knocks down Phantom. Twist should get away. That grenade might bother him too. Saving Phantom is like surrendering. And Twist shouldn't do that. Cactus, he's already separated. He's already deep inside the circle. Twist. He kills after Nomi. Sharp reflex! And almost Nomi got Twist. Twist almost made a mess with the spray. This time, we'll deal that spray on Clutcher. But before that, Clutcher finishes Phantom. That frag will be stolen off Team Sovereign. Nomi needs to be saved. There's no teammate around him. So this is also a question. Will Nomi be saved? Will Team Sovereign take risk to save their teammate? But since Nomi is present inside the circle, I guess Team Sovereign will take the risk. Is he present inside the circle? No, he's not. He needs to crawl. He needs to do hard work. He needs to work a little hard. Clutcher knocks down Twist. And Clutcher all alone trying to make Team RS wait out of the circle. Cactus Eyes is going for the risky rev. Just 18 seconds remaining. And Team RS now should realize. By that time, they should have realized that heading towards the circle from NW's side is almost impossible. They should challenge Team Sovereign instead. Team Sovereign as well. They're expecting fights. They're in a relaxed state right now. So it's like a checkmate situation for Team RS. A do-or-die situation. The vehicle is going to explode. Crazy on the other side. Knocks down a player of Team NN. And on that was Titio is knocked out too. Salah will have enough time to revive his teammate. But Team Sovereign, why aren't they moving in? Yes, they didn't read the finish feed well, and there's a huge hit in between, which is separating Team NN from Team Sovereign. Kevin Sharma knocks down Ninja Boy. Then Team K2 at least stop Team NW. How many eliminations do they have? 6. It's Team RS who has 6 eliminations. Team K2 just has 2 eliminations. So nothing well they did in this game. I mean, in Rondo, when you have recalls, you can fight fearlessly. But still, Team K2 didn't succeed to get more eliminations for them. Now they'll be getting their 3rd. They'll be getting few of the placement points. That's not gonna be enough. Especially in Rondo, you should at least have 10 plus eliminations. In the last game as well, Team K2 just had 1 point here. They'll be having a couple of more points than 3. Maybe 5 or 6 they have. As they've made it to the top 6. But is that going to make a difference? That is the question. And if it isn't, then the last Orango game, they have to play over aggressively. So that with those eliminations and placement points, at least they can find themselves in that range where they can at least make it to the grand finals, where they can at least qualify. Thomas gets knocked out. Team Zeus is probably the center of attraction. All the teams looking at Team Zeus, they've utilized those smokes, and that is drawing attention of multiple teams towards them. Team NW, all their 4 players alive. And I feel like Team NW might be the team to get their hands on winner chicken dinner in this Rondo game. But how can we forget Team Sovereign? We got a winner chicken dinner with 13 eliminations in the last game. Cannot forget them. Neither we can keep them out of contention. They've lost to Vazy. And who will say that Team Sovereign had no elimination in the recall phase of this Rondo game? They had 0 eliminations. Can you believe that? What acceleration by Team Sovereign after that. 7 eliminations after the recalls they spent. That's a big deal. They made it to the top 6. Team Sovereign looking very consistent. They just have to maintain consistency in the final or angle game as well. It's very important to finish off a day in a positive manner. Team Sovereign needs to do that. Rosemary knocks down a player. Team NW, Ninja Boy it is. But still, Team NW won't face a casualty. Ninja Boy will still get that revival. Will still get that rev. But Team NW has to move inside the circle. Team K2 can bother them. The position Team K2 has, it's pretty underrated. Maybe Team NW doesn't really know about their position. They'll get a surprise from Team K2, and that shouldn't happen. That will be a straightaway elimination for Team NW, because when they move, Team Sovereign is gonna throw in those sprays. It's gonna trouble them with those baffling sprays. At the same time, Team Zeus will watch them while moving too, and Team K2 will be right in their front. Team Zeus is bothering Team NW from the sidelines. But Team Sovereign has a opponent in close proximity, and that is Team NN. But maybe that big stone which we were talking about is in the middle. That is what is separating Team Sovereign from Team NN. Shelby gets knocked out. And again, Team Sovereign troubling Team NW continuously. Salah gets knocked out. Crazy it is. And things might ease for Team Sovereign. Eventually it will become easy for them to eliminate Team NN. Salah got knocked out. Tito is the final player surviving. Team Sovereign hasn't read the finish feed. Oh, Tito is in a bad state. Oh, that grenade was right on target by Nomi. That's it. Team NN gets eliminated on 5th position. This is what I was talking about. Things might ease for Team Sovereign, and that happened. They just had to take down one opponent. Still, Team K2 is submissive. They have 3 of their players alive, but they cannot do much. The kind of position they've secured inside the circle leads them to a hell-like a situation, because they cannot even stand up. And Kevin Sama will be stabbed in his back. Gitano knocks down Cash. Kevin Sama will now focus completely on Team NW. Gitano knocks down Clutcher as well. Gitano brings in 2 openings. He's still focusing on Team Sovereign's sketch so that he can get that confirmation, but now he needs to look after the opponents which are close to him. 2 of the players have been knocked out of Team K2. Gitano now has to move ahead, and Shelby takes him down. K2 is out. They'll get no confirmation, by the way. 14 eliminations for Team NW. That's great. They are marching towards a winner chicken dinner in a convincing fashion, that too. Rosemary is the final player surviving. Ninja Boy knocks down Kevin of Team Zeus. Crazy will take care of Rosemary. He's fighting his own battles independently. He's fighting against Rosemary. But he needs to watch after Thomas too, because if he moves out in open, Thomas will unleash. And Rosemary will be taken down by Crazy. That's it. One final opponent is left. 17 eliminations. Winner chicken dinner is waiting for Team NW. Ninja Boy will put in the final nail on the coffin, and that's it. It is all over. Team NW with a 17 eliminations. Winner chicken dinner. What a play. Incredible performance by Team NW. This will surely give them a lot of confidence. It's time to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with match number 4, I'm sorry. Till then, like, subscribe.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final game. And here we go. The flight path. Well, the flight path is gone. The first circle has just initiated, favoring the western regions of Erangel map. ASC, their defense at the circle, well, they have headed towards the western Georgia City. Team TLS dropped in hospital, so both these teams are in close proximity. So these two teams might end up fighting with each other. All the other teams who are not in contention headed towards Crew and Rozok areas. And then they're in Rozok. Well, the fight has started in Yesnaya Haryana, and there are almost 3 teams who are fighting with each other. It's a triple threat fight. Team Zeus, currently they are the most vulnerable team in Yesnaya Haryana. They have 1 elimination, by the way. They've given a casualty to Team Mesa. Federal will get their Trev. Fire Out Esports will keep up the distance, but as soon as they get a sign of the vulnerability of both these teams, they are gonna close in. And that's it. Fire Out Esports pretty easily. They conquer Yesnaya Haryana. 2 eliminations. They have less eliminations they'll be getting, but Yesnaya Haryana has been cleared out. There's no enemy here. Fire Out Esports winning a mega drop clash against 2 teams at the same time. Team NN there in Rozok. Fighters against IAB. IAB is fighting NW for now. Even NW is completely paralyzed. They just have 2 players alive. Clutcher and Shelby. And pretty isolated both these players are. NW Esports from a winner-winner chicken to getting eliminated early. Are they playing seriously is the question. Or NW Esports has already qualified for the grand final, so they're just playing for formality. Shelby. That was a close call. He could have got knocked out. But yeah, one good thing. NW Esports, they're retreating maybe towards the safe areas. They've taken a decision that they won't continue to fight. And they'll head towards the safe areas. NN Esports, by the way, they'll continue to fight against Team IAB in Rozok. Eager gets knocked out. And what was he doing in such a wide open area? Maybe NN didn't reveal themselves to Team IAB till now. And Eager, innocently, he just stepped out in open. And he got surprised. He got a surprise from Clutcher. IAB. Vacaris gets knocked out. Kagasu goes for the Trev. NN, are they going to cross the road and close in and end this fight? I don't think so. Next Esports, they'll be facing 2 casualties as well. They're in the south of Rozok. And they're just chilling here. They're just looting. I thought that last game, teams would go absolutely nuts. As this is the last game, and all those teams who have no chance of qualifying for the grand finals, they can ruin the game for those teams who are still in uncertainty, who has a 50-50 chance of making it to the grand finals. QRX Esports, well, they will take the initiative. They are wanting this battle. Oh, Hutch, quite unlucky. Fanta Boy just getting into that cave with his vehicle. Hutch gets caught off guard. Tinder will be finished out too. Scary and Rehan as the two are surviving. QRX Esports. Rehan straight away attacks Lucio. Rehan misses with that DBS. Connects this time. Lucio on his knees. Can Rehan win this 1v1 too? Oh, that was a close call. I thought Fanta might knock him down. But Rehan does his job really well. FTF Esports, they're down to 2 players. Scary shows up. Rehan will get some assistance now. But look at... What? Fold committed too much. And Scary takes down Hamu. QRX Esports, what a conversion. What a comeback. QRX Esports wins that fight and eliminates their opponents on 15th position. FTF Esports, early upset for them. Just 2 eliminations they'll be getting from this game, an early elimination. And an unknown versus Team IAB, and finally Team IAB will get eliminated on 15th position. Yeah. No, still 1 player is alive. Not the whole team is eliminated, just 1 player is alive. They're on the verge of getting eliminated by the very final player. It's quite separated from his teammates, so it will take a bit longer for him to get eliminated completely from this game, but somehow if he gets into a team, 4-player strong team, that might lead to his elimination. He has to be careful. He has to watch out his steps. Team K2 moves in. Can they eliminate the team like Team Silver? Kebri takes down a player. Nomi. Knock finishes Kevin Sama. Kebri versus Nomi. This is a 1v1 fight. And Nomi deals immense damage on Kebri. And yes, Team K2 gets eliminated on 14th position. And as always, the final game lobby is gonna be very much aggressive. Team Silver is not attracting any crowd towards this big hill of Georgia Bull. No team wants to third party Team Silver. It's gonna be an easy reset. By the way, Team TS is moving quite closely. But Team TS is not even interested in checking out the Georgia Bull hill. But Team RS versus Team TS, this fight might happen. It's Team Rosca. Cactus Igel. He has no clue that there is a player right behind him. That is Hulk. Dora. Knocks out Nomi of Team Sovereign. That spray came from a range. No need to worry. Team Sovereign will buy enough time for them to go for those revs. Stage 2 has been initiated, ladies and gentlemen. Circuit moves for a sudden shift. Dora, this time it's so easy. Nomi will heal and will revive his teammate Weezy. But it's a sandwich situation for Team Sovereign. Hulk gradually is trying to move closer. Dora takes the initiative. The front shotgun finally will get connected. Cash doesn't have much HP, doesn't have much healing. And all the information is being fed to Hulk. Team T is pressing down on the accelerator. They're trying to move in closer so that they can also save their teammate Tabala. Maybe he has. Oh, Cash with the jump shot. Thanks for the Tabala reveal. Now it's 1v1 against Hulk. Hulk goes for a jump shot. Oh my goodness, Cash still survives. This time it's Cash. Last time it was Nomi. And Team Soren, I don't know how this team is still alive. They went through so much, and they'll still manage to win that fight. Wow. What a play. QRX now, just 2 players versus Team RS. 4v2 fight, but Team RS is still looking underconfident. The OG strategy by Team RS to survive till the very end, and eventually you'll be getting winner chicken dinner. Just keep your all 4 players alive till the very end stage of this final game. RELIX Rising Cup. This is Group 2, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 4, Ranger days. In Team RS, as they know, the last game lobby is aggressive. Players go absolutely nuts. It's comparatively easy to get placement points. It's easy to survive till the very end. There are less players surviving in the end circle. It's easy to rotate. So Team RS doesn't want to fight early. They just want to get that winner chicken dinner and secure their slot in the grand finals of RELIX Rising Cup. Team Horsey, they're in Gutka, maybe. They're in the south. They're not in Gutka, they're in the west of Gutka. Executioners will be securing Gutka for them. QRX Esports might get attacked by either of these teams. By the way, Team Horsey. Kazue. He was trying to scout. Moved in way too close. But he gets out of there. Stage 3 it is. Circuit moves for a western shift. Team RS and NW, just 2 teams inside the circle. Executioners, they might get attacked by Team NN. Manfillers, stops unknown. Executioners now, they are planning to attack Team NN. Reverse psychology by Team Executioners. And this is going to be fun to watch. Titio. Now he has a lot of responsibilities on him. Titio didn't have a great day. Recall every game, Titio didn't perform that much. But now it's time for him to take up the responsibility and stop this massive attack of Team Executioners. Well, he has to go for this 1v2. Minstrel still somehow trying to connect that pump shotgun. Manfilas and Danger God already they are eliminated. Unknown gets picked off. So it's a 4v2 fight now. And within a fraction of a second, Team Executioners, they are eliminated from this game. Emperor from the back end area takes down Mike Royce, Horsey Esports. They will take this chance to attack Team NN as well. Horsey Esports, so much aggressive they're looking. And the blue zone shows up too. Stage 4, as we all know, is going to be over-aggressive. It's going to deal explosive damage on players. And since teams, whichever team is attacking from this particular area doesn't have much area to breathe, doesn't have much area to play, and that's why those grenades are causing so much trouble. And 2 players have been got knocked out. Team Horsey been dismantled completely. Jiren is the final player surviving, and he cannot run anywhere. He has to fight. That is Gagu of IAB. Jiren. He attempted that pre-cooked grenade, but that didn't work. Gagusi takes down Jiren, and Team Horsey gets eliminated. Gagusi might get picked off too, as he has just 10 HPs left. He's a solo player. He's getting no assistance. And it completely depends on Team NN. Will they make their mind to attack Gagusi? Oh, Lovelace will save the efforts of Team NN. Lovelace finishes Gagusi. IAB is out on 9th position. So now it's a battle between 8 teams and 24 players. Stage 3 it is. It's a big circle. And teams will take some time to find out each other. Lovelace, he's heading towards the northeast to find Team NN. He's trying to find opponents. Maybe he knows from which particular area, from which area Team NN is going to move. So he was just trying to scout. Maybe he wanted to deal a spray from a range. But he retreats back towards his teammate. And now it's time for stage 4. Circle moves for a southern shift, by the way. Again, Team Next Esports, they're out of the circle, so they have to rotate again. It should be a careful rotation. Yes, there's Team QRX in between. They utilize southeast. Team R is in between. They cannot take the risk, obviously. But Next Esports successfully enters the center of the circle without facing any issue. Now Team Roska should start gathering elimination points for them too, because it's been high time. They're just focusing on surviving. That doesn't work. Lovelace gets knocked out. Team NW surprises Lovelace, finishes him. Pradaya, guys, the final player surviving for Team Next Esports. QRX. Scary and Rion, both of them separated. Split. Maintained by QRX, which is not at all a good decision. They should regroup as soon as possible. Because when just 2 players are alive, splits are the biggest red flags, I feel like. Unknown gets knocked out. Team NN, they're into a fight. Unknown gets eliminated from this game. So, Team NN will continue their journey with just 3 players now. Flasher is in a wide open area. Oh, and he gets knocked out by Team ASC. He was traveling with his vehicle, but he was in an open area, definitely. And ASC won't lose a chance to get off the mark. Team Soren with that 3rd party puts an end to Team NN. NN gets eliminated on 8th position, and 7 teams now and 19 players. Again, Team Soren. They came so close to get eliminated, but still somehow they bounced back. The way Team Sovereign keeps on surviving and winning fights is just insane. They're like an unstoppable force of nature. Nobody can take them down. That is true. Shelby Gets knocked out. Does Clutcher have a chance to save his teammate? Well, it's a big split. He needs to travel a huge distance to save his teammate. It's not impossible, but the whole survival of the team cannot be sacrificed just behind one player. And I said it a few minutes ago that maintaining splits is a huge red flag when you have less players alive. And Team NW did the same mistake. Team QRX was maintaining splits, but they regrouped. But Team NW, they were quite separated, and Shelby will pay the price. Clutcher now, he needs to look after Team QRX as well, but Team QRX, they're still present inside the circle. Team TLS is out. Quick decision making by TLS. Immediately they'll pick up their vehicles and start moving towards the circle. Shelby is out. Will Clutcher be able to stop Team TLS, or that Slam is straight away coming on him? I guess he has invited Team TLS with that spray. There's just one player attack Team TLS. They might get a hit. They are gonna fight just against one player, but what a short connection that was by Clutcher. Linus, he got knocked out midair. Boy, that was amazing. That was impressive. Team NW gets eliminated from this game on 7th position. ASC, they are in trouble. Down to 2 they are. Kev is out. It's Team Soren against Team ASC, a mammoth-like team. So much consistent team Soren has been till now. So many games, but Team Soren, their performance is not fading. Uh-oh. Payne gets knocked out. It's Cash who knocks down Payne. Even Team RS did a third party. Ando knows that Team RS is in a hurry. They're utilizing this chance of doing third party. Ando will be stabbed in his back by Team Soren. Team Soren is everywhere. Seems like they've written their name on each and every elimination, each and every track. And now Team RS, finally when they'll gather all their guts and they'll attack Soren, they will face a casualty. They're down to 3 now. The other side, Rehan gets knocked out. Team TLS, are they going to get out of their den and attack Team QRX, or they are just going to be satisfied? I feel like Team QRX, they won't be attacked by Team TLS. Team RS slowed down the pace of the game. Even Team Sovereign. Every team is waiting for the upcoming shift of the circle. Every team. Even I'm waiting for the upcoming shift of the circle. It's going to be stage 6. I thought that this fight might finish off, this game might finish off by the end of stage 3 or stage 4. But I don't know why Team Soren is not doing search and hunt. They're taking calculated risk. They're not going all in. They're taking calculated risks. They're not completely attacking. Absolutely. They are not attacking. They are just maintaining the distance. They're keeping themselves safe. Calculated risk, as I said. They should have went for fights by this time. They should have tried to end this game by now. It would have given them more confidence and eliminations. And they are now preparing themselves for the finals. QRX
trying to enter the circle. They're rotating from the east. They have to elect the longest pathway, since Team TLS is already gatekeeping their circle. Right at the moment, Team QRX lost the circle advantage, the circle privilege. They were enjoying it till now. Right at the moment, things became more difficult for them. Somehow, Team QRX is trying to rotate and enter the circle, but straight away now, they have to go against the final player. Oh, and Prodaiga will be taken down. Next Esports gets eliminated on 5th position. Team QRX Esports right on time, securing a sweet spot inside the circle. And from here, I feel like it's pretty sorted for Team QRX. The position they have, upcoming circle shift might favor them too. But why so much passiveness? I don't understand, especially from a team like Team Sovereign. I mean, a winner chicken dinner in Miramar. Then I remember Rondo as well. They made it to the top 5. Here as well, they've already made it to the top 4. They should have attacked, but they're thinking too much. They're holding back. But it's fine. They've already secured maybe their qualification for the grand finals. So they are maybe just chilling out. Uh-oh. That was a close call. Scary. He's about to get knocked out. Just one elimination till now. Team RS has managed to secure. Blue Zone is moving in. Team Sovereign is just trying to stay on the edge of the circle. If they try to move ahead, it's a wide open area. It's an easy chance for Team RS to target them. And that's why Team Sovereign, they're just trying to stay on the edge. They're just trying to survive for a little bit longer. Cage gets knocked out because of the blue zone. And unnecessarily, Team Sovereign is increasing pressure on themselves. And Cactus Igel will move in close proximity. He's trying to connect those grenades. And the sad news for Team Sovereign is that they are in grenading radius, so it's inevitable. And Cactus Igel will knock down Cash again. This Molotov, can it take down VZ as well? Because if it does, then Team Sovereign will get out of contention. And it will increase chances for Team RS to convert this game into a winner-winner chicken dinner. Cactus Igel. Well, he has to be careful. He might be attacked by Team QRX. VZ gets knocked out because of the blue zone. Will RS be able to steal that frag? I don't think so. VZ is very smart. He's not going to give a free frag. What? Team TLS got that frag. I thought that he'd give up, but he didn't. Rehan with that grenade. Cactus Igel gets a surprise. This is what I was talking about. He needs to watch himself. He might get attacked by Team QRX, and that's the exact same thing happened. Twist gets knocked out. No me it is. QRX takes care of TLS. It was King. And King will get eliminated. Chase is the final man for TLS. So even TLS being consistent. Final 2v1 fight it is. QRX Esports managed to stretch it to a final 2v1. But Jace, can he go against the God's plan? Can he stop Team QRX from getting this winner chicken? And I mean, those grenades have been a problem for him till now. And QRX Esports has no less utilities. And Rehan puts in the final nail in the coffin. And that's it. QRX gets the well-deserving winner chicken. And I mean, what a play by QRX. And that's it. I hope you all have enjoyed. If yes, make sure to like and subscribe. That's the end of Group C. I'm Saida signing off. Baba, good night and take care.